Oh boy, here we go again. Another stream. This stream, I want to do something a little different. This stream, I feel like talking about some difficult issues that I seem to struggle with a bit. I was watching my first Minecraft stream, and practically yelling at myself in frustration. Because holy crap, man, I looked dumb as shit. I just couldn't figure out how to do things, despite directions all over the place. The clear directions, on the bottom of the screen. I kept saying what buttons to push to do things, and then I didn't see it in the button diagram, and then I didn't see it in other directions. And then that confirmed for me, I really have a fucking problem. I have a fucking problem. And this is after thinking about other cognitive issues I seem to have, where I just can't interpret people correctly. It's easier to think about this or talk to myself than it is to speak publicly about this shit. And no one could be watching, or someone is watching right now, but the internet's watching. Camera's watching. I was so full of words and commentary before. I'm like, not to force it out. Like if I can't reach a point where I can speak as easily, as smoothly on stream as I can talk to myself, I think, then I cannot be a streamer. So somehow I have to learn to do that. Maybe practice will help. And guess what? I'm fucking hot now. As usual. I don't think the 10 milligrams of Duloxetine is gonna cut it for me. I really don't. I'm thinking maybe I should talk about mental health issues, cognitive issues, because that's something that I deal with. It's preventing me from having a life. It's preventing me from being self-reliant. I'm dependent on someone right now, probably because of it. And probably will always have to be dependent on someone. I think it may be at the very heart of all my issues. It's a lifelong problem with navigating the world, understanding things, understanding people, communication difficulties, attentional difficulties, difficulties with focusing, paying attention to my surroundings, like when, for example, there's button indicators at the bottom of the screen, like you see there, X select, O back, triangle save options. For some reason, it's like my brain tossed out those details. Like those are some annoying, there's annoying text details, words on the screen. So I'm just gonna toss that right out. And I couldn't bother to look at it, to glance at it for 1 second to see if maybe some of it could actually help me. I spent at least nearly an hour. I haven't finished rewatching the stream back. My God, like, I could have saved myself at least an hour of struggling. I just looked at everything that was on the fucking screen. What in the world is wrong with me? Seriously. It's funny because I thought this watching that back was going to distract me from what I was thinking about earlier, and it did the opposite. It ended up refocusing my mind on the issue, but like a different cognitive issue that I had of not paying attention to things that are right fucking in front of me. And I've always been like this, where I just like was oblivious to my surroundings, and like I lacked an interest. I lacked a curiosity about my surroundings and what's going on and understanding them. And it's like I had tunnel vision or something. And I still have that fucking tunnel vision. I never learned to pay attention to my surroundings and try to like understand what the hell is going on. It's like I've only ever learned to just stay locked away in my fucking brain and not take in the world around me. And the fact, just watching my, that was embarrassing. I'm glad I didn't publish that. At first I was thinking, wouldn't it be neat to publish my first ever Minecraft stream someday? Like, I'd have to reach affiliate status to do that, but which I probably never will. But like, after watching, I'm like, good thing no one was watching. Good thing no one was watching. Holy shit, that was fucking embarrassing. Like, first, I never fucking noticed the indicators at the bottom of the screen, which really should have been hard for me to fucking see. Then I looked at a fucking controller diagram telling you what buttons do what. Still somehow did, like, am I gonna get it now? No. Then I looked at like I found other directions from the game about this button does this button, and I saw it there watching it back, and yet past me somehow didn't fucking see that either. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck, me? What is wrong with me? Holy shit. I have a fucking problem. Like, I actually really have a fucking cognitive problem here. And I wish I could get it assessed. I wish I could get a fucking test for this. But it's like so expensive to get that kind of assessment. But I don't know, is it ADHD? Is it a learning disability? What the fuck is it? I'm just so frustrated with myself. I have hindsight, fine. But foresight or present sight, I don't have that at all. It's like my whole life I've just been frustrated with myself and my lack of ability to think clearly and to function, just to function like a normal fucking person. To understand things as clearly and easily as everyone else seems to. To notice things around me and like absorb information. Whether it's information about my surroundings or information someone is giving to me or information I read. And I think that's caused me a lot of anxiety issues. I think it's definitely negatively affected my self-esteem and confidence. It's made me extremely fearful of being judged, looking stupid in front of people. Like, I have an obsession with looking stupid in front of people, which has caused me to avoid things in life. I'm pretty sure I have avoidant personality disorder. I'm so afraid of being rejected and people thinking I'm stupid. I avoided everything. So now it's like I didn't learn to do anything. I don't drive, I don't work, I can't really talk to people. And I think it may all stem from these fucking cognitive problems that I've never understood, that I've never had assessed. And it would have been nice if this could have been assessed in childhood and could have worked with someone to figure out what the flaws were in my thinking or what was going on and work with it and improve it. So I could learn to think better and function better. And instead, nothing was done. And I avoided things, and which caused me to not learn anything. I didn't get any experience. I wasn't getting social experience. I wasn't getting any kind of world experience of how to do things. And it's led me to the point of being essentially disabled. So I can't leave the house, I can't go out and get a job. I'm afraid of taking the bus. I definitely can't drive. at least not where I'm at now. And after many years, I drove briefly in my small hometown and almost had a close call, head-on collision, going the wrong way on a one-way highway because I didn't understand for some reason, or I forgot that I couldn't go the same way on a one-way road. It's like I didn't realize it was a one-way road, like I forgot or something. And I tried to go back the same way on the same road that I came. And I almost got in a head-on collision with someone. Someone I knew, by the way. Thank God. So I don't drive. I have issues with taking the bus. Like, I think of every little thing that's gonna go wrong. I'm not gonna know how to do this thing, or I'm gonna hesitate or not be able to speak up, or tell the bus driver when I need to get off or whatever. I won't know when my stop is coming up. Good God. Just every little thing I come up with something. So many things can go wrong, you know? Especially outside of the house. That's probably way too much oversharing. But I feel like I really need to talk about this shit. Okay, now I'm losing my focus. I just want to drink some coffee. Maybe sip a little bit of wine. Actually just did a little experiment, got a little bit of wine. Not really supposed to be drinking right now, but I was curious to see how it would react with my medication. So I'd be real careful getting through the rest of this, and then I can't get any more. Not only does it make the alcohol stronger, but it turns your ass into a chunky pudding dispenser for the next couple hours, so it's probably not a good idea. Oh, hello! I'm in the middle of oversharing and info dumping about all kinds of stuff. I haven't even started playing Minecraft yet. I'm doing interesting. I'm thinking about stuff. Hope you're doing alright. Maybe. More like I want to blah 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 about all my issues and just get it all out of my system. Mm. Yeah. I was discussing my cognitive problems. Yeah. Thinking maybe it's something I can do. I can talk about, mental health and cognitive issues because it's something I deal with. Maybe that's what I should talk about. I don't know. I was watching back my first Minecraft stream. I think it was actually around a month ago I started playing it. But I was trying to figure out how to do things, and I was like surprised at how bad I was at like noticing things and figuring it out. Like, there's indicators at the bottom of the screen telling you what buttons to push. I looked at a diagram, the controller diagram for it. I looked at other directions, and somehow I kept missing it. It's like, what in the hell is wrong with me? I think I have some kind of attentional problem. But yeah, and before that, yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. It's not like diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I've got, if it's not that, it's something. I have something going on. Well, it's good to know I'm not the only one then. See, before I rewatched some of that stream, I was thinking of different cognitive difficulties that I have where I seem to misinterpret things easily. That's good. It's like my mind does this weird labyrinthine thing sometimes. Like, I don't know, some of it's psychological where I assume my first thought must be wrong, or well, they wouldn't be asking that. So I try to come up with some other interpretation that doesn't make any sense. It happens every so often, like with my friend, for example, where I'll ask a question or something like that, and I don't get the obvious interpretation, and I feel really stupid. Yeah, yeah, I definitely don't process things like super fast. I definitely don't think on my feet at all. Now, why is that not? What the heck is that even? Oh, there it goes. Oh, that's interesting. I never heard of that before. I'm gonna have to look that up. Sometimes I think there's like a combination of things going on, like weird psychological things and maybe a neurodevelopmental thing, maybe anxiety. I don't know. I feel like sometimes it's a self-fulfilling prophecy where I assume I get scared that I'm not going to understand something, and so then I don't, and I confuse myself, and I think I overthink things and assume things are more complicated than they are instead of going with like what is the most simple, obvious interpretation. It's probably not some weird, complicated thing that doesn't make sense. It's probably this obvious thing. Um, at least we're not alone in that. That's good. That's good to know. I've been thinking if I can't learn to confront these issues and maybe even talk about it and be open about it, I probably won't be able to be a streamer because it'll just be an insecurity that will get in the way if I can't confront it head on or something. There was one villager that was still alive, and the rest I spawned here. Yeah, I think it helps like explaining things, like getting things out there and explaining things to people, and trying to cover it up or mask it makes it harder to deal with. I think I'll make a proper house out here for these guys. You put that like oh yeah, I was gonna make a little house down here. Reminds me, I was gonna tell you I enabled clips. Oh, and I posted my first VOD. The first one I was just comfortable enough to post. Wouldn't have been too embarrassing. Pretty neat watching that. Yeah, I was too self-conscious about everything. There's a lot of streams where, like, there were some streams I kind of wanted to post that I kind of liked that were kind of entertaining, but like, there was things about them I didn't like. I made commentary I was embarrassed about later, or showed something on my computer screen that was just kind of embarrassing, like my Google Sheets thing or whatever. Like, I don't really want to show that on stream. Sometimes I say dumb stuff, especially if I drink. Like, I say dumb shit that later I listen back to. I'm like, that's dumb. I don't even think that anymore. Maybe, yeah. Maybe, like, if I ever, by some miracle, reach affiliate status or something, maybe I could edit some of those older streams. Yeah, edit the embarrassing shit out and post edited videos. I guess I could always do that and just put them on YouTube or something. Or learn how to edit videos. Been meaning to work on my Second Life shop, but I'm not streaming. I need to be doing something, working on something lucrative right now. All I want to do is play Minecraft. I'm not very disciplined. Like, if something takes my attention and interest, it's like, that's all I want to do, and I can't probably get myself to do anything else. Yeah. I do save all my streams to my computer, which is why I'm going to get more external storage. Because, no, that space sure adds up. Oh, wow. I was planning on getting a 2 terabyte one. First, I was just going to get a 1 terabyte one. Now I'm thinking I should get a 2 terabyte one. If I had more money, I'd probably get a 4 terabyte or something. That is a lot of streams. Like, the external drive I have now isn't even enough anymore just to hold the other files I have on my computer. I can't even store the rest of my damn music files. Like, if I have more space, I apparently use it. I use more space if I have it. My old computer had a lot less gigs than my current one. How are you liking his new house? Should do for the floor. Let me see. Wood. Bright. Bright and cheery. I don't know. I'd probably rather keep a backup somewhere. I'll have to have like 100 external drives to store everything. If I ever make money doing this, I'll be able to afford it at least. I was just thinking I'd probably rather have keep a physical backup. I'd probably have to get 100 external drives. But I'd be able to afford it. If I ever make money doing this, I'll be able to afford it, so it'll be alright. That probably isn't gonna happen though. Maybe working on other ways of making money. I have a little Second Life shop, but it doesn't really make very much. Probably because I haven't been really working on it enough. I need to learn how to do 3D modeling. I've been using outdated building things. Yeah, unfortunately, it sucks. Good old capitalism. Well, that's cool that you do freelance writing. I've considered that very, very briefly before and realized that I just don't. Whatever reason, I guess it wouldn't be for me. I think part of my problem is I'm a perfectionist too. Like I feel like I have to be perfect at everything, or I can't do it. True. I think motivation too is another. Motivation, how good would I be at it? Do I know enough stuff to write about? Friend zone. Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty bad about procrastinating. Maybe I'll make a hundred. Ooh. Yeah, that is. That is definitely true. Yeah, can be quite the problem. Sometimes you just have to force yourself to do shit. Like I need to force myself to work on my business. It's like I lose momentum. If I lose momentum, then it's like really difficult to get back into doing it. bouncing around. Mm. I can tell where that's coming from. Okay, cool. See you later then. Bye-bye. You got the new house stuff? Nothing. Watching. Watching what you're doing. Oh, well, hello, Jitty. I'm not sure where that noise is coming from. I was wondering if it's actually put water in one of these. Oh, yeah. enjoys his little water bowl. What are they doing? I like always noise on top of the house. I probably should switch the category back to Minecraft now since I'm not doing the just chatting thing anymore. Like I lost my Steam. But I don't know what I like doing right now. I have no sense of direction or plan. I'm just making it all up as I go along. What are you doing here, buddy? Join the house? I figure maybe I should turn this into step. This all. I wonder if I'll be posting this, publishing this stream. Probably not. Seems to be the I don't know what the fuck I'm doing anymore stream. I'm gonna sit here and think about it. I'm gonna jump in the water with him. I don't know how to make as much noise as they do. I wonder. Jump on the slime block. Bouncy, like a trampoline. Funny how his head follows me. They enjoy their bouncy house in there. Get some more light going in here. Don't want to on. Let's take this Oh well, they really like it. They're all in here. They're all meeting in here. Here. Let me try a different style. This makes some nice kitchen counters. Fancy kitchen counters. Feel like a small apartment. I guess maybe I'll do a fridge. Wish I had more variety of doors. Where should I put stuff? Stove there. Let's fill us with food, shall we? Make us a fridge. Put it in there. Potatoes. Feels like villagers really like potatoes for some reason. I really like potatoes as well. You know what? I'll put that away. I don't want to get rid of that. Shit. Now we put the door. Guess I didn't eat 64 of those. Carefully go around like so. There we go. We got ourselves a fridge. Oh wait, I gotta put a button. Yeah, boy. Lots of food in that, baby. Sink. I do the sink. I'm gonna place it close because this is gonna be a small, compact room. More variety of stairs too. Small sink. much better. They love it. So happy now. Those little bitches. Crafting table or something. Tired. Whew. Give it a couple. Very compact. I love their new kitchen. Oh, they want to put the water in the sink, but they can't fit in it. I see when my cats would have fit into a tiny box that they can't fit in. Pretty much the same thing, yeah. I was gonna put here. Maybe I can make a nice lamp, like a nice. Make a lamp. Some fence post one, maybe. Mm. Guess I can work out. Good. Lamp over. That's good enough now. What else can I do? Make it. Make it. Now that I want to find one of these places. Now I can't. So many mountains. So many mountains. Oh, there already. How does this right out in the open? These big old forests there. Natural habitat. What are you doing there? What do you think you're doing? And another one. And another one. Holy shit. Like a bunch of them. A whole nest of these bastards. Spider. I need a soda or something. Because holy shit, I'm just like dragging right now. There, I'm back. It should take me long. unfocused. So, see how much of a boring stream it'll make for. I just go for a dip in the lava. Why not? It's a dip. Swim in the lava. Bounce in the lava like I do in the water. Burn so good. Burn so good. Weed. My brain doesn't work right. Who else? Don't know. Doesn't. So tired of it not working right. Just want it to work like everyone else's brain. Getting back to what I was talking about earlier. It's like I expect, part of my issue is that I expect, without really thinking about it or realizing it, just consciously I expect people to use perfect language or words to explain or describe something or communicate something. And if they don't, it throws me off. Like I get confused. Yes, I tried to Google this shit earlier, and all I came up with was auditory processing disorder. And when people can't even understand like obvious idioms, and it's like I don't have either. I don't think I have either of those. I definitely don't have a problem with idioms, and I don't think I have a processing and auditory processing disorder. And I can't really find anything that matched my specific issue. Why do I get so easily thrown off by stupid shit? Like, someone doesn't use the perfect, like, grammar or wording or something that I think I would expect, then it's like it confuses me. I expect people to communicate perfectly as if they're an article, text article, or a robot, or something. Like I never learned how real people talk, how to interpret this normal speech that people use. I wonder if that could just, some of that could at least be due to lack of social experience. I definitely lack that. If it wasn't for my fear of looking stupid, I think I would have done a lot more in life. I really, really would have. So much more. Well, that doesn't light. How's any light down here? Huh. Amazing when I think how much that has held me back. Like, that has really fucking held me back. It's feeling incompetent. If I just knew that I could rely on my fucking brain to work properly, I'd probably feel a lot more comfortable doing things and talking to people. I'm so afraid of looking stupid. It like it makes me avoid situations where I might look stupid. Like I'm so, it's like a full-on phobia. It's like I panic if I am in that situation where I feel like I'm not gonna understand something, and I don't, I start to kind of panic. You can't see it on the outside, but on the inside, I'm like panicking. I'm kind of like freaking out. Like it makes it even harder for me to think clearly. And then it all reinforces negative self-beliefs. So much shit I needed to be treated for as a kid, like I had selective mutism, I possibly have ADHD, I might have some kind of learning disabilities or something. Fuck hell. Instead of being treated, it was just like allowed to fester and get worse and enabled. Any brief, rare attempts at treatment were half-assed and so fucking inadequate. It's like a joke. I wanted to treat shit early on, to assess it early on, and treat it early on. I've never really had the language to... I could understand it myself, much less had the language to explain it to anyone. I've always been bad at, like, expressing myself, explaining myself. Just led me to looking a lot dumber to people than I am. And I don't know, I could be pretty fucking dumb, but I make myself look even dumber than I actually am. I can't properly explain myself. People are left not understanding. Something about how I act, or something I say, or what I don't understand, or I just think I'm really dumb. Which I guess I am. I don't know. Keep reaching a point where I guess I just need to accept and embrace the fact that I'm stupid or something. But I want it to be. I want to have a good excuse. I want there to be some kind of disorder I can blame it on. I'm actually just a genius with some kind of disorder, that's all. I always wanted to be a smart person, and I struggled with that. If I can talk about my yeah, talk about my issues, I could be a streamer. I can make that my brand or something. Just learn how to talk off the cuff about my issues. The way I talk to myself. Get practice. Get used to it. Forget that anyone might be watching. Feel like I'm talking to myself. No one there, it's just me. Communication is a lot more communication with myself. I speak a lot more clearly and like a much better flow of thought if I'm just talking to my fucking self, thinking about something versus I'm trying to communicate something to a person. I have to get better at that. I really need to hurry the fuck up and get more skilled streaming shit if I want to try to make money like this. Hurry up. Time is of the essence. Hold on. Spam. I'm always kind of relieved when I see it's just spam. Another thing that makes me anxious when people call. Phone anxiety. I have anxiety with everything. Whenever I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety. I was diagnosed years ago in my 20s, and I just recently got re-diagnosed with that again. I never thought it was a disabling kind of disorder. I always just heard generalized and thought, oh, it's just like some really mild kind of thing. I thought I was being misdiagnosed. But then I read up on it, which is something I should have done years ago, and found out, oh, actually, it can be disabling. Generalized anxiety disorder is no fucking joke. It can actually be disabling. Maybe I do fucking have that. I don't know. I do worry about a lot of shit. I can worry about everything that can go wrong. It's like I have all kinds of anxiety, social, performance. A lot of it seems to revolve around social anxiety. Fear of being, rejected, people negatively judging me. They just go on forever. They're labyrinthine, like my weird-ass brain. That doesn't make any sense. Why do sometimes our brains not make any sense? Why do sometimes our brains come up with some bizarre-ass interpretation of something that doesn't make any fucking sense? And later, it's so obvious that interpretation made no fucking sense. Why didn't I just go with this one? Whatever reason I may have had for tossing out the obvious interpretation was pretty dumb and weak, and would have made more sense to go with the correct interpretation. I don't understand. I don't understand sometimes why my brain works the way it does. It's so fucking frustrating. Honestly, I think a lot of my social anxiety comes from that.